Hey YouTube, this is Jolly Green. This will be my One Piece 1080 Legendary One Piece review. I've already read it multiple times. 1081 just came out. I haven't seen the video, go see it. I wanted to at least do a quick hash. So we'll jump right into, I did like this chapter, especially because Garp. I'm going to jump straight into pacing, story, and character. So pacing, we have one where essentially we have the skull talking, which you could argue is still kind of part of. We jump to essentially Koby, but you could argue that's still one scene. They jump quite a bit back and forth. I'm sticking on that, but I'm going to say it's still one part. We do a little flashback with Blackbeard and Koby. We jump back to real time where there's different explosion stuff going. We get different character of the Marines. We're still technically in the same area. So technically three parts, but I want to talk literally about the jumping back and forth. To me, you have literally show the bounty, so the skull, Koby, skull, Koby, flashback, Koby, Marines, Garp. So 8 unofficial. Technically, I would say 3. I don't like the fact that there's back and forth, back and forth. I get literally, it's the same thing, but it's so large. You could seriously argue it's still technically one area. I don't want to give it, I know I should probably give it a 5 because 3, but it's not quick solid. So to me, I'm going to give it a 4. Not bad, but I still think it could be better because you're jumping from little pieces all over. Character, there's a lot here. Some YouTubers really talked about how specifically the different devil fruits for character. I'm going to focus on the ones we see speak. I'll hit the other stuff for story. So for character, Shiryu, Corrupt King, Koby, Garp, Kuzan, Kujaku, Hibari, Goose. So, jumping right in. Shiru's essentially talking about how corrupt King Pizarro could do essentially the work and capture Koby himself. So, Shiru kind of acting like a leader and kind of like, dude, you have the power, do it. Alvazar at least thinking, well, I could, but I don't want to destroy the city. And then essentially, Vasco shot essentially saying, well, I could destroy stuff too, but Pizarro's like, no. And so Shur is more like Pizarro's essentially advisor. And so Shur gets a little character for me, the fact that he's treating them like a crew. Pizarro gets the character, essentially the fact that he is currently considered the man in charge that we know of. It's only the next chapter we really see it's more of the one who could stop is Kuzan. Spoiler alert. Koby for the fact that he's able to run around. He's not giving up Marines so easy, even with the fact that jumping to Blackbeard talks about. So for me, it's Koby, the fact that people are still coming to rescue him. That's part of his character. Blackbeard, he wants to create his own kingdom, which to me says he has his own goal. I've always liked that. Blackbeard might be misguided, but he has his goals. Kuzan, character, talking to Blackbeard, willing to give up Marine information. Not everything, but still give up some. Which is a little sad to me to see because he was more of a neutral Marine. Kujaku for character, the fact that she is kind of a sovereign, she likes kind of making people do things, regardless of her ability. Hibari likes Koby, excellent sniper. Goose, really interesting devil fruit, but also the fact that he is a good at following orders and corralling enemy. Garp, his OP ability. In fact, he was an old man. He's willing to risk himself and his crew, sword members and not, to save Koby. Story. We've got a lot of stuff. They're using essentially the cross skill is footing the bill for Koby, and he's a 5-star, 5 treasure chests, 500 mil, 5-star man, same as Usopp. So it seems like they're copying essentially Dolphin. A lot of the YouTubers have mentioned that. Blackbeard's crew has all different devil fruits. You have Shiro, which we knew had the clear fruit. Oliver Pizarro has the island fruit, which to a lot of people is his upgrade version of Pika's stone fruit. We have a heavy drinker Basco, who has the glug alcohol fruit pretty much. You have San Juan Wolf, who's essentially got the big or the giant fruit. I almost consider it. And then you have essentially Blackbeard wants a kingdom. He wants to officially make his part of the kingdom. A lot of people think it's because he wants to be part of the reverie. That's going to be a while down the line. I don't think that's it. I think there's more to that plan. Kuzan essentially explaining what sword is. They're Marines who turn in their keys. They're Marines, but the Marines who aren't officially Marines can go after emperors. That's a big deal. The different Marines with devil fruits. You have the Tamer. You have Hibari using essentially the gunflower fruit, which we saw essentially it turns gunflower into flowers, which you saw that the old man Vegapunk invented. We have Goose's devil fruit, which is the clay or the squelch. And then we essentially see Garp coming in, decimating stuff. So character to me, there's a lot there. Story, there's a lot there. But character and story to me are the strong points of this chapter. So I would say, I don't want to get into Mr. 10s, but 4.5 essentially hits me at a 9. So essentially a 13 out of 15. It was fast. There's a lot of this chapter. But I said essentially the new chapter recently came out. I was gone over Easter break, so I didn't get to do this. I at least wanted to review. This was 1081, One Piece 1080 review. Jolly Green, sending out. Bye, YouTube.